Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life. That is a digital assets place. I know, Morris Prince, what's going on, man? What is going on with Washington State? I tell you, what is going on? I know, Florida, this is great news. It is great move. It's some progress, but yeah, it's all state specific. It's really on the states, right? So Binance U.S. more than likely has already put in a paperwork for being able to seek an approval for being able to operate there. It's just incumbent upon the state to take that up. And so, yeah, I hear you, brother. I feel your pain, man. That's a tough thing when you can't. It's places that are limited. I mean, Celsius now you can do stuff in New York, which is crazy. They've opened up in some other places. So Binance U.S. opening up in Florida is some big news, right? So I wanted to share that just a little bit as something to kind of just for a title for the stream. But listen, a lot of great stuff is going on today as well. I got something from Anders. Anders now, I guess he doesn't have his last name anymore. I'm going to share a little bit about that as well. Same for Celsius. OMG, what? So Celsius not in Washington State either? Oh man, that sucks, man. What's good, Siege? I was going to share some good Celsius news about they upped the ante big time on BTC if you hold BTC. Wow, for U.S. residents. Yeah, so you don't have to be a platinum level and hold this certain amount of sell anymore. To do that, you can get the platinum level earnings for BTC just for being a U.S. resident, up to your first 5 BTC, your first 5 Bitcoin, which is cool. Hey, Lady Enigma. Hi, Siege and Crypto Fam. Just let me share that. Hi, Siege and Crypto Fam. Just stopping by quick since I am just on a break. Well, I appreciate you being here, miss. Thanks for hanging out. Definitely appreciate that. Be safe. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself in trouble. What's going on, guys? Morris Prince is here. Jay Corn is here. What's up? What's up? Jamarcus South. Crypto Universe is here. Uh-oh, AAVE. I heard some things about Aave. Dryce is in the building. What's up, Dryce? Yes, I do. I do think other states will start. Dryce says, do you think other states will start allowing Binance? Yeah, Binance U.S. we're talking, right? Yep. Binance always worked well for me. I recommend new people to use Uphold, though. I heard that, Eagle 77. I have an Uphold account. I don't use it very much, but I do have one. I definitely do have one. DC Precise. What's good? Say what's up. So, yeah, I do think so, Dryce. Without question, I do think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I came across this news about that from Digital Assets Daily. Shout out to Digital Assets Daily, guys. He has a YouTube channel. Does some good work over there, too, as well. So if you haven't had a chance to check him out, you might want to do so. Right? Go check him out for sure. I know he's always adding value to the community on Twitter without question. So Crypto GI is here. Another blessed day to be alive. Indeed. That, my friend, is the truth. So what is going on with the market? I don't really even know. I haven't had a chance to check it. I just did a Facebook Live on my personal profile page using StreamYard. So that was different. But I wanted to be able to share an article from The Hill, with, the article from Chris Larson. I wanted to be able to share that. So that was really, really powerful. Let me check the markets real quick. I hear Miss Crypto Siege over there. She is blaring it up. She is pouring it in right now to the team. So 11,770 for BTC. ETH is $405 right now. Wow. XRP 28.8 cents, almost 29. Links $15.47. BCH $289.42. Litecoin is $61. Dot, I think, moved down. I thought they were at like number 6, but they're at number 8 now. Polkadot, $4.20. Bitcoin Satoshi Visions is still doing his thing. Binance Coin, $22.69. Crypto.com, it rounds it out at the top 10 there because we don't count Tether, right? We don't count Tether. So there it is there. Siege, I got my XRP. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been on my nano. I haven't been on any of my nanos in a while, bro. Like in a while. I haven't been on them in a while. The last time is when I upped the ante on Celsius. I haven't been on them in a while now. It's probably 2 months since I've been on there. My nanos. Siege, I got my XRP toolkit squared away. If you are using your Nano S, you need to update your firmware in order to link that wallet to the XRP toolkit, or else it won't work. Remember your seed words. Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. I'm going to do that tonight, as a matter of fact. When I get off the stream, I am going to get on the Nano, update it, and what's the deal with that toolkit, though? Am I going to have to watch a video or something to get that situated? Or do I need to just update the Nano? Crypto GI says Texas is not listed, unfortunately. Yeah, Texas, Washington State. You're talking about for Binance U.S., right? Crypto GI. Whoops, hit the back button too many times. Careful, J-Coin. Yeah, bro. So do you got to do anything else besides update it with that toolkit? I haven't done it. Tedious. Less than an hour, huh? Oh man. Woo. Oh man. I thought if you just held your stuff on that. You talking about the toolkit? Didn't you need to use a toolkit if you were using the Sum app? I thought. Eagle Eye says, "I'm gonna let others do it first." Oh man, I thought that if you just had it on there, yeah. I mean, goodness gracious. Doing too. I heard someone else say something about they're already done. How could you do it already if it's not up? What's up, Siege? Never got the reply about Celsius fees. You didn't? From who? One-eyed jack of all trades? Did you ask me about the fees? Please let me know, my friend. Good to see you in the stream, brother. Yeah, it's been about 2 months, man. I just hadn't used it. It's for Sum and the Ledger, right? Okay. Because I thought if you just had your Ledger Nano stored in, your Ledger Nano, your XRP stored in the cold storage, as long as the Nano was updated, it was going to do it. And I'm sure those people over Ledger, they've gotten the word. You just put the address on the Ledger, and when they drop Spark token, it gets added to your Ledger. Okay. You just put your address on the XPR Ledger, and then when they drop it. Yeah, it can't be, I probably won't do that tonight, but I will get on there and update that Nano. Because again, it's been a couple months. Well, Florida's going to be available tomorrow, Dryce. And my understanding, Dryce, is that it's the individual states. It's right. The exchanges have put in the paperwork and did everything on their end. Is that the individual states are taking their time to give the blessing to the exchanges. Yeah, BitTrue does do that. Yes. So, and BitTrue has already come out and said that they're going to be accommodating that airdrop, right? If you hold something on Bear. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. One-eye jack of all trades. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Absolutely. That's big news for Florida. It's big news that they'll be able to use Binance U.S. Binance U.S. has been doing some really good things. What's going on, TJ Jackson? They've been doing some really, really, really good things. I wanted to share something from Anders Lundberg with you guys. Let me see if I can find it. He shared something really, really good today. And I asked him where he found it, and he told me where. Oh, there it is. Where is he? There. Check this out. This is this the one? This is not the one. Yeah, this is the one. All right, it's from Anders L now at X_Anderson. This guy is always adding some value, and I love he brings up some very, very poignant points, I think, for digital assets and XRP as a whole. This is an interesting thing he has here. Feels like pieces are coming together. Synthetic CBDCs, where private issuers of stablecoins get access to CB's assets. You can thus have central bank assets. You can thus have several private stablecoin providers to increase competition. Private stablecoin providers, right? Gemini and USDC, right? Ripple could be one of them. Bob Wade told us how the Ripple Ledger were suitable, right? And so this is something here that I thought was interesting. Over the next 3 years, I explored other monetary policies and spent a lot of time trying to work out how to make a stable, valued crypto. It was during that exploration that I discovered Ripple. It turns out Ripple is uniquely suitable. Ripple is a uniquely suitable platform on which to build a stablecoin. Then he goes on here to say, to build a stablecoin, Schwartz also made a video with a proposal on how to back a stablecoin with XRP. We all remember that, right? We all remember that one, right? I mean, everyone was like, what? So collateralized stablecoin, XRP is collateral for stablecoin. It was massive. And he says here, I announced my design for XRP collateralized stablecoins in the ledger here. So let's go through this from the IMF. This is very, 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 very important. IMF's been in the news quite a bit lately. One possible regulatory path forward is to give stablecoin providers like Gemini, like Circle, access to central bank reserves. Now, remember the last thing that we shared said that Ripple was a suitable platform from being able to build its own stablecoin, right? So one possible regulatory path forward is to give stablecoin providers access to central bank reserves. That reminds me, I'm going to share a video from Darren Moore. It's going to blow you guys' mind. Just remember the statement. One possible regulatory path forward is to give stablecoin providers access to central bank reserves. This also offers a blueprint for how central banks could partner with private sector to offer the digital cash of tomorrow, called synthetic central bank digital currencies, SCBDC, as discussed in the IMF's first fintech note. All right, but there are also clear-cut advantages. Chief among these is stability, as backing is in perfectly safe and liquid assets. Another is regulatory clarity, as narrow banks would fit neatly into existing regulatory framework. Moreover, different stablecoins could be seamlessly exchanged thanks to the central bank settling all transactions. This would enhance competition among stablecoin providers. In the SCBDC model, synthetic CBDC, which is a public-private partnership, central banks would focus on their core function, providing trust and efficiency. The private sector, as provider of stablecoins, would be left to satisfy the remaining steps under appropriate supervision and oversight, and to do what they do best: innovate and interact with customers. We'll see. Will synthetic CBDCs turn out to be the central bank money of the future? One thing is sure, the world of fiat money is in flux, and innovation will transform the landscape of banking and money. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. Right. So interesting thing there from Anders. I'm going to share something if I can find it on YouTube. I'm going to share it with you guys because I think this is really important. I think what I have here right now is Lynette Zane. Interesting 30 plus minutes there of a listen to. But let me see if I can find this, something that I listened to from Darren Moore earlier today while I was at the gym. Shout out to XRP. Darren, that dude is a mad researcher, and he's got a very, very active Discord. You know, I am a proud member of his Patreon group. Well, Crypto Siege is live. How about that? All right, let's go to my history here. Let's see if I can find that. Come on, baby. Darren Moore, they are lying to you. Ripple unexplained coincidences. Is that the one? I believe it is. I'm going to share this with you guys. Let me come back here. I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to get rid of like 5 of my 45 tabs that I have open. And then I'm going to play this video, and hopefully this little laptop that I have of mine will work. One-eye jack of all trades. Transfer some XRP a couple of weeks ago to the Celsius. To Celsius. Love the compound interest. Thanks, Siege. You're welcome, brother. I'm glad. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you big time. Yeah, bro. I'm hearing about some potential, another potential 6-month lockdown. That's not exciting. Powell making an announcement. What is Powell making an announcement on? I'm happy for you, one-eye jack of all trades, man. If you're enjoying your stay, please collapse the chat and smash the like button, please. Absolutely. More volume is good for me. What's going on, Black Scully? What's good, my dude? I recently picked up some bro, that's that privacy token right there, my friend. Got you some Cosmos, Nano, and some Anchor. Eagle Eye is doing his thing right now. I'm told that R is like the next level privacy digital asset. Like it's on the complete, undetectable front. This is what I'm hearing. Got you some Cosmos, some Nano, and some Anchor. Good for you, bro. I love me some Anchor. All right, let me see if I can share this with you guys. It's 10 minutes, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. I'm gonna hang out in the chat a little bit longer before I play this 10 minutes, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. I also did, I got a little, I don't know. When did Tika do another 5 coins? Did he do another 5 coins? Engine and I can't even pronounce the word with an N. Numerary. I don't know. Did he do another 5 coins that I miss? Powell's making an announcement on Thursday or so. Yeah, XRP Lavomatic 16%, synthetic 16% on Celsius. Like, I'm just saying, look, you got to just practice the fundamentals in finance. I would recommend just sound fundamental finance is acquire assets. You're doing that. You're in the digital asset space. Earn interest on your assets like the wealthy do. They earn interest, right, on their assets. On Celsius, you not only do you get the interest, you get interest on that interest. Pretty cool deal. And right, so you want to do that. So you're practicing these fundamentals of saving and acquiring assets, earning interest on your assets, right? It's hugely important, absolutely hugely important. And number 3 is leveraging your assets versus liquidating them, right? So you're saving, you're earning interest, and you're leveraging versus liquidating. Harley Hodler's in the building. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Is there more divide going on? What's going on with that, Lucky Lloyd? Open Mind is in the building. What's up, Open Mind? Good to see you tonight. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like if you didn't get a chance to do that yet. Ring the bell, hit the sub button if you're having subs to the channel. If you're joining the Hangout, that would be really, really cool. We always try to get just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. Let's see if we can't make that happen tonight. I'm going to share something from XRP Darren on YouTube. He's Darren Moore on YouTube. Look, it's 10 minutes. So, but it's that important. It is really that important. I'm telling you, considering what I just read from Ander, pay some attention. There's some nuggets in here that you want to listen to without question. I'm always leery of headsets, man. I'm in my headphones. I'm gonna try it without it. I'll try it without it and see how you guys are liking the sound. Andre Tree can't see me. What's good, bro? Good night. Good evening, man. Good to see you. It is getting exciting in digital asset space. For sale. Good to see you, bro. I'm glad I caught you. I'm glad you were able to catch the stream as well. I'm going to convert XRP to stable coins and live off the interest. I hear that. I'll be doing a little bit of that as well, but I'm definitely will be definitely leveraging that collateral and the value of XRP. Interesting thing. I learned about R from Crypto Rich long time ago. XRP Joe's in the building. What's up, XRP Joe? There's a dude with a YouTube channel you want to go check out. This XRP Joe right there. What's good, brother? Good to see you. I see you always doing your thing on Twitter. Wait a minute. Trisha Carl. Hey, miss. What's good with you? Good to see you, Trisha. Where are you checking in from? This is definitely someone new to the channel. How are you doing tonight, Trisha? And how did you find out about the Crypto Sieges channel, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, bro, XRP. I saw the video. I know that they mentioned. I mean, XRP was there with BTC and ETH. Yes, I did see that little video. I did see that. I did indeed. What does Celsius do? Celsius email hit my box up to 15% APR on stablecoins. What? Are you in the U.S., Uncle Guts? I know it was up to 11%. Now they went up to 15%. Wow. What is going on? Let me check my app real quick. Uncle Gus, how are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in tonight. Let me check out what's going on with Celsius. Email. I got the email about the U.S. investors and no longer have to be at the platinum level to earn the most in BTC, earn interest on your BTC. But I didn't hear anything about 15%. Uncle Guts, you in the U.S.? That is fantastic. Legendary is in the building. What is up, Legendary? Good to see you, bro. Up to 15%. It used to be up to 11%, right? If you had a certain amount of cell tokens. So, oh, wow. I see it. I do see it. Guys, right now on stable coins at this current moment, because at the current moment, Celsius, 11.55%. That's why it's up to 15%. Oh, wow. What? Stable coins, 11.55%. Now they pay out weekly, and so their business model allows for them to adjust depending upon how well they're doing. When they're doing well, they change the yield up. When it flattens out, if the market kind of crashes, they'll change it down. They adjust. So apparently they're doing really, really well with the yield right now. Stable coins, 11.5. What? I'm a freaking ambassador. I didn't get no notice about the stable. Oh, I probably did in my email and didn't read it because I was just so excited about the freaking BTC. Wow. Like, where are you going to get that? Where are you going to get 11% APY on your fiat dollars? Guys, where are you going to get 11.5? Where are you going to get 11% on your fiat dollars? Sin City is in the building. What's good, bro? Good to see you, Sin City. Trisha, did you say where you checked in from Miss? Did I miss that? Oh, really? XRP Joe, I do have an unstoppable domains, and all I did was just enter in what name I wanted to use, and that was it. Uncle Guts, that's just what I'm saying. That is crazy. 11.55%. Yeah, well, here's the thing, right? For me, in the crypto CJ's home, XRP is the greatest asset that I hold, right? Besides for the brain, right? Brain and the heart, right? But if I got some nasty, dirty fiat laying around, I mean, what? That is significant. And let's face it, the gold people, older people trying to come into this space, they're going to want to start. And you probably want to have when moon, you want to have a certain amount of your portfolio, I would think. Certainly not telling you what to do with your money. You certainly want to do what you decide what's best with your money. But I would think you would have a certain portion of your money in stable coins, just chilling right there. 11% is massive. That ultimately would beat my other sound saving instrument, which is a properly structured dividend paying whole life insurance policy. 11.55% is huge. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, with the policy, you also have the benefit of the death benefit with it, right? But wow, I gotta tell you, that is massive. That is massive. And again, that's about onboarding the masses, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A Joseph C. Hey, XRP Joe. A Joseph C said, I just picked up my name for Unstoppable. Nothing complicated. Eagle Eye says, I'm going to sell my house and put it as Celsius. Right? So that's massive. But there's a place, right? There's a time, place for the stablecoin thing, right? But 11%, right? So a certain part of your portfolio, how do you, a certain part of that portfolio, how do you not take 11%? Like, even if it's only 1 to 3% of your portfolio, how do you pass up? How do you pass up on 11%? I don't think it's dependent upon what the U.S. interest rates are, Eagle Eye. Their rates, the Celsius rates, are dependent upon their business model and how well the business is doing. When they're bringing in more yield, they give more to the people who put their assets on the platform. So let's go over this thing, guys. I'm glad I had some chance to hang out. That is massive news. I can't wait to tell Miss Crypto Siege that, because she is she's right, European background, right, European heritage, right. She is the saver, right. She had to she had to suffer through over a year, about 15, 16 months of me straight. I'm talking just straight, well, anyway, I won't say the amount, but straight 14 to 16 months in investing in XRP, straight. Because she wanted to take, the cash flow from here, the cash flow from there, and she likes to save, debt-free, save. So, I've been talking to her about, Celsius and putting some of that fiat cash in Celsius. Right until she finds out it's 11% now, 11.55%. Right? Even if you get a weak interest, I don't know. What's a weak interest? A week of interest is still more of what you're getting at your bank. You probably, right, in 2 weeks, you'll probably get more from Celsius than you would get in your bank for an entire year. That's crazy. Let's share this Darren Moore thing before I don't do it. All right, so let me find it. There it is. All right, let's do this. And guys, please let me know about the sound. I'm telling you, this is high impact stuff, what he shared here. Oh, wait a minute. Do I need to get rid of this first? Yeah, let's do this.
The problem of synchronicity has puzzled me for a long time, ever since the middle 20s, when I was investigating the phenomena of the collective unconscious. I kept on coming across connections which I simply could not explain as chance groupings or runs. What I found were coincidences which were connected so meaningfully that their chance concurrence would represent a degree of improbability that would have to be expressed by an astronomical figure. Carl Jung. Everyone in society is a living, breathing organism with the same hive mind. We have one mind, and the connections, the unexplained coincidences, mean that we are on the right path.
Great to be with you, and thank you for teeing us off today and getting us started. I'm really looking forward to the next few minutes that I'm going to have with Bob Bench. Bob is Assistant Vice President in charge of payment systems at the Boston Fed. Before going there, he was Chief Compliance Officer, Assistant General Counsel at Circle. He spent some time at the Office of the Control of the Currency as an examiner earlier in his life. He's a graduate of Boston College and Northeastern Law School. And Bob and I share something in common, and that is that Bob's a current regulator. I'm a former regulator. When you're in that role, you really realize that the challenge that we have in all walks of life, but I think it's particularly in acute, between focusing on the day-to-day and yet keeping your eye on the long-term vision of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to build is really a challenge. And Bob is, I think, standing up to that challenge, doing some really interesting work in the area of digital payments, digital currency, distributed ledger technology, building a really amazing team up there. And I think
the XRP ecosystem is maturing. Circle is listed. Robert, that's being interviewed.
I don't know why that did
connections,
that.
Which I
Hold
on. A bench. Bob is assistant. He's a graduate of Boston College and Northeastern Law School. And Bob and I share something in common, and that is that Bob's a current regulator. I'm a former regulator. When you're in that role, you really realize that the challenge that we have in all walks of life, but I think it's particularly in acute, between focusing on the day-to-day and yet keeping your eye on the long-term vision of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to build is really a challenge. And Bob is, I think, standing up to that challenge, doing some really interesting work in the area of digital payments, digital currency, distributed ledger technology, building a really amazing team up there. And I think
the XRP ecosystem is maturing. Circle is listed. Robert, that's being interviewed, used to work at Circle. Now he works for the Federal Reserve of Boston.
Now, did you know that Circle got included into the XRP ecosystem? I didn't know Circle got included in there.
Chris Giancarlo has publicly stated that XRP is not a security. He is currently working on the digital dollar project, and right now he is going to interview somebody from the Federal Reserve of Boston.
People are going to be very interested to hear Bob tell us a little bit about what he's doing at the Boston Fed in this area. And so, Bob, really glad to have you today. Thank you. And tell us all about the work you're doing.
Well, thanks for having me, Chris, and thanks, Accenture, for hosting. First, as a regulator, I have to say that everything I am saying here today does not represent the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston or the Federal Reserve System, and are my opinions only. I think to get right to it, Chris, we have a great opportunity at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and within the Federal Reserve System to bring a lot of light to a lot of work that's been happening for a long time.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Boston is in a consortia with R3, Synchron, and many known RippleNet partners. This consortia is for KYC and AML checks. When I go to Synchron's website and click on Global Cross-Border Payments, the artwork on the website shows a fee in XRP.
I know one of the earlier panelists discussed that the U.S. has not been out front and public about the work. What
he is saying is that the Federal Reserve Bank is further than what people realize.
Sure. When I came into the Federal Reserve from the technology community, I was frankly amazed at how much work had been done, particularly in the policy sides of identifying issues that in some ways were waiting for the right technologies to come along to better enable them to make.
So, I mean, one of the things that I think is important to point out as well is what he's saying. He said he came up when he got there, he was surprised at how far along they are already, especially when it came to policy. But he also mentioned something that some of the panelists had mentioned something about the U.S. being behind. And he says that was only an appearance of being out front and public about their progress. And I think that's really, really important to know, because I know there's a lot of battle and back and forth about, U.S. are behind or not behind. So this is a guy right there, right in the Federal Reserve of Boston, working on some digital payments and some other things with DLT. But I do think that's important to know. He is saying that don't be fooled. We're further along. That's what it sounds like he's saying to me. Don't be fooled. We're further along than, what we may be leading people on to believe. And I'll ask you this as well. If in fact, Chris Larson is correct, that we are in a tech cold war, if that is in fact the case, and so do you believe that or not? Yes or no? You have to answer that for yourself. If it's no, you don't believe so, that it doesn't really matter how far along necessarily the U.S. is, right? They got the world reserve status. They got the vast majority of gold, right? They're in a great position. Now, if you believe that there is a cold war going on, why would the United States be tipping their hand? It's a war. Right? It's a war, right? Why would they be tipping their hand, right?
Maybe fulfill and improve our system.
This is why we're invested in crypto. It's because it's going to improve the system.
And so what I came to do, and the team I'm building at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston is doing, is working with our partners across the Federal Reserve System to understand how to apply these emerging technologies to these issues that have been in the system for some time, well understood by our experts at the Federal Reserve System, but maybe the right technologies haven't been there to solve it. And so what we're doing is we're a product-based team. We are a startup-style team focusing on understanding these technologies, testing these technologies, and working with the best and brightest from the private sector and the university sector to understand how we can solve these collective problems.
Dormant capital is the problem. Banks have money locked into Nostro and Vostro accounts just so they can send cross-border payments. Banks and corporates are profit-motivated. XRP is the best solution for this problem and allows them to utilize the stagnant capital. When you understand that this is the solution and work backwards from there, you will see the results that we are getting. The news, the speeches, the partnerships, it all makes sense when you understand that $27 trillion is about to be freed.
Well, way above my pay grade, but the question is the level of intermediaries, and then also who may also be allowed in that stack, right? So, for example, the People's Bank of China brought in Alipay and WeChat into central bank reserves.
Who may also be allowed in that stack? And when you think about that there is going to be layers, right? Who's going to be allowed in the stack? He's saying that China is already allowed in their stack WeChat and Alipay. And I'm believing that the U.S. is going to have people like Circle, maybe Accenture, definitely Ripple in the stack, right? He said, who is going to be allowed to enter in that stack? That's a really, really massive statement. Oh, bro, XRP, that sucks, bro. Man, that really, really sucks. That really sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so let me see. Let me share just some more of this thing.
He just said that the central banks are the ones that allow the technology stacks to happen. So the central banks are the gatekeepers of who can enter the system. The People's Bank of China gave permission to American Express, the RippleNet partner. American Express was working with Linlin Pay. Linlin Pay is also a RippleNet partner. This was China's olive branch to the United States for the trade war. Beijing said this was a goodwill gesture. The level playing field is a blockchain-based system that includes XRP.
And that effectively created direct central bank money on Alipay and WeChat. Bank of England has allowed payment service providers to have direct accounts, which has enabled really interesting technological developments there.
The Bank of England is a paid customer of Ripple's.
We need to learn from our peers in the central bank community and understand all the technology options so that policymakers can have those conversations and understand what's the best model for us moving forward 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. Because that's a really important conversation to have.
Yeah, Bob, you referenced those other initiatives that are taking place around the world. Some of them put emphasis on the retail element, some put emphasis on wholesale, some put emphasis on international. Those are at least three areas where there are both challenges and opportunities. As you think about those three areas, how would you assess the challenges and opportunities as we think about implementation of a U.S. dollar in a CBDC environment?
So I think, from a technology standpoint, the wholesale side is fairly clean in the sense that you're dealing with institutions. And by their nature, institutions generally are known entities. Institutions don't necessarily have the same type of privacy expectations. And so you're really thinking about security and throughput there. And that is a model that's fairly well understood. And so then you're looking at questions like interoperability, transaction speeds, and understanding what intermediaries currently exist in that wholesale settlement stack, the value they add to the system, the current regulatory model around those intermediaries, and what would it look like if there was any change to that system.
U.S. banks can now offer crypto custody solutions. PolySign will go live in 2020.
Multi-sig software solutions to hold their funds. They want to have a qualified custodian to protect and safeguard their assets. Central banks wishing to issue their own digital currency will have to give serious consideration to custody solutions. How are they going to maintain and safeguard those funds from attack? You need a sophisticated multi-sig ceremony, and when I say a ceremony, I really do mean it is a ceremony amongst many, many people with a very sophisticated key generation mechanism. It's not a trivial matter. And possibly maybe using something kind of escrow solution that Ripple, similar to the one Ripple announced in late 2017.
On the wholesale question, and to be sure, other parts of the Federal Reserve are asking that same question. The general purpose question with the privacy factor on top of it, we find it the most interesting and requires significant research on our part.
Yeah. You know, Bob, since we launched the Digital Dollar Project, we've received so much incoming requests for opportunities to partner firms that are doing really interesting technological work on the private sector side, seeing that they can partner. You know, there are no lab environments in place right now by the Federal Reserve for.
The Digital Dollar Project gets requests for partnerships. Gino Carlo has recently announced that XRP is not a security. Ripple has the most partnerships and has made the most traction in this space. We have also caught the Digital Dollar Project members using Ripple's elevator speeches. I suspect the Digital Dollar Project has already partnered with Ripple.
Bringing in input, you yourself have brought that in from your private sector experience, but opportunities for ongoing public-private partnerships. What do you see as perhaps the possibility going forward for the private sector to bring their expertise and technological capability in support of a national effort to realize a CBDC?
Yeah, I think our partners in the other central banks have had a fantastic run over the last several years, working most particularly in the wholesale settlement question. Whether it's the Bank of Canada, the HKMA, Singapore, they've done fantastic work on inter-central bank interoperability. And they've worked well with some of the best enterprise blockchain groups and the best consulting firms.
So that's one thing. On our side, we've been working with JP Morgan and MAS on Project Ubin. This was announced last November. We're exploring a blockchain-based network for multi-currency payments and settlements, okay? And so we're trying to build an ecosystem around a new blockchain-based payments model, starting in Singapore, using a digital currency. And we'll announce more details when appropriate.
The wholesale settlement question, whether it's the Bank of Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, inter-central bank interoperability. Inter-central bank interoperability.
Wholesale settlement question. Whether it's the Bank of Canada, the HKMA, Singapore, they've done fantastic work on inter-central bank interoperability. I think the Federal Reserve doesn't speak a lot about, but has been doing, as long as I've been in the private sector, has been having in-depth conversations with the leading private sector technologists and thinkers on these questions. So to be sure, we are talking to everybody, and we are learning. Our job is to learn from the best and the brightest from all sources that we can get, whether it's universities, private sector, or within the Federal Reserve System itself, which has its own deep cadre of experts in the payment space.
In July, Ripple announced results of their collaboration with two of the world's leading central banks, the Federal Reserve and the Bank of England. Both have studied Ripple's blockchain solution to improve cross-border payment. The problem of synchronicity has puzzled me for a long time, ever since.
So that's some pretty powerful stuff there. How many of you guys caught the message? How many of you guys caught that message about we at the Federal Reserve need to learn from the progress that the central banks have been making? We need to learn from the central banks. And who is that company that has been working with 50, was it 50 central banks? The Bank of England, that last bit there talking about the Federal Reserve, studying Ripple's technology. If you listen to Lynette Zhang from ITM Trading, she is saying that the central banks are going to be issuing these digital dollars, that it's going to be the central bank that's going to be issuing it. If you haven't watched Lynette Zhang, you definitely want to check her out. Our channel is ITM Trading. ITM Trading. You definitely want to check that out. But that's just what it's feeling like, that the central banks are going to be a mainstay in this new financial system, playing more of a role. The central banks will be, right? The central banks. And so maybe that's what's the deal with these top 5, 8 banks that seem to try to be slowing things down. Because they're going to be kind of, in a way, they won't be the main players anymore. They won't be. The Unknown Revolver says CBDCs being built on HBAR, on Hedera Hashgraph. How about that? When I hear him say central bank, and the central banks are the gateways as to who can enter the system at whatever kind of level. And then we read that article, read that tweet from Anders where he's pulling that from a Ripple post or an article talking about that private public partnership. There's going to be different layers, and Ripple is going to be part of that layer and doing what they do. Could you imagine competition? How would competition look between a stable coin? I mean, it's a stable coin. What's the where would the competition start? That's interesting. That's an interesting thing to note, I believe. Yep. I'm still a razor face. You're right. Instant billionaires. I'm still kind of freaking out over Jim Willie's comment about those who hold Theta and those who hold XRP. That was a really, really interesting statement. Right? Those banks are owned by old money, right? Absolutely. That's exactly right. And I believe Eagle Eye 77, our best chance to win is to hold assets. That's our best chance to win, is to hold digital assets. Because I do believe that we are moving from a debt-based society to an asset-based society. You ever think about how Celsius is able to pay 11% to you? How much do you think that they're getting from institutions and hedge funds and Wall Street? They're paying us 11%. Why is it that these institutions, it's a stable coin? Why do you think the institutions are wanting these stable coins? You ever think about that? If Celsius is paying you and I 11.55%, that means they're charging them quite a bit. That means to me there's a demand for stable coins. If it's a stable coin, I just got to ask, why does institutional money want the stable coin? Is it like perhaps what Anders was saying, that it's going to be this competition amongst the stable coins to kind of win out, to prove out? Why, right? Think about that. You ever think about that? Why is the institutions paying that kind of money? right? There's got to be a demand for it. But why? My question is, why that demand? Why that demand, right? UK Revolution is in the building. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. No Revolver, you're absolutely right about that. UK Revolution, welcome to the channel, bro. I don't think I've seen you here before, man. I appreciate you checking in. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, my friend. I think non-investing citizens will be on a digital dollar, euro, pound, but all of us will have assets still. It'll be the same, but in digital form. Yeah. I was listening to Lynette Zane, and she's saying that the digital dollar is going to give the central bank something that they haven't been able to do, which is to be able to go more negative than they can currently with fiat dollars. Right. And so the digital dollar, it just to be clear, the digital dollar is one thing. Holding digital assets is another thing. That's a different thing. Right. That is a different kind of thing. You know, in the world of DeFi, in the world of CeFi, assets, digital assets like Elron or Anchor or Player or VeChain or XRP, that's a different thing there, right? Digital dollar, that's a different thing. Stable coins is actually a different thing as well, because it's private sector that created it and is issuing it. The digital dollar is going to be that thing over there, right? It's so important to understand that. It's a big time difference. The digital dollar, the vast majority of the masses, that's where they're going to play, because they don't understand the stable coin yet, right? As long as more of them tune into this channel to learn, they don't understand digital assets yet. They don't understand being able to earn 11.55% if they will simply transfer or transition their digital dollar to a stable coin. It's a different thing. It's not the same thing. Right? Because the stable coins are being issued by private companies, private fintech companies, private Gemini dollar, US dollar coin, right? Right? There's such a big difference. It really is, right? It's a big difference. Blitz 62, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. William Edwards, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here tonight, man. So that's the thing. I wanted to share that video to guys. Go check that video out. Watch that thing again and again from Darren Moore. Let me see. The title of it is "They Are Lying to You: Ripple Unexplained Coincidences in Inter-Central Bank Interoperability." The name of the channel is Darren Moore Jr. Definitely give him a subscribe and check him out. Check that video out. It's powerful. It really is powerful stuff. Think about that, guys. Celsius platform is paying you 11.55% on stable coins. Why do you think that is? Right? No risk there, right? There's no volatility, minimal risk, right? Right? Minimal risk there, no volatility. That's pretty significant stuff there. I mean, that's pretty 11.55. Even Miss Crypto Siege, I texted her that and she said, wow, like that's crazy number. That is a crazy number, guys. The link is in the description of all of my videos for the Celsius platform. I encourage you to check it out. Check out as many AMAs as you possibly can with Alex Mashinsky. Learn about the platform, see if the message resonates. I mean, 80% back to the platform holders is a significant thing. Check out their business model, you know, see if you feel like I feel that it's a very sound business model as opposed to other platforms. right? And do your due diligence, because wow, I'm just blown away by that. Not only are they going to give you the platinum level for BTC for U.S. investors, where you don't have to own a certain amount of high level of sell to be at platinum. You don't even have to do that now. Just hold BTC. You're going to get the platinum interest rate on BTC. That's phenomenal. I think it's 6%. That is phenomenal. Let me see. Phenomenal. Yep, 6.2%. That's pretty phenomenal stuff right there. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video, wrap up the stream like I do all my streams. Thank you so much for hanging out. Drowsy, I appreciate you being here, my friend. I definitely appreciate you being here. A. Joseph C., Unknown Revolver, all of the gang, all of the family. I appreciate you guys being here without question. Do me a favor. If you didn't smash that like on the way in, smash it on the way out. We're trying to get 100, just get at least 100 likes on the video, on the stream tonight. That would be really, really cool. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. But guys, listen, I want to remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.